Welcome to 30 Minutes with Workroom Tech. I'm Ceil Guglielmo, and along with Susan Woodcock, we'll be bringing you this workroom education podcast each month. We'll have links to Susan's blog posts, as well as accompanying videos to help you with your custom window treatment and soft furnishings education. 30 Minutes with Workroom Tech is sponsored by Workroom Tech, and you can learn all about their hands-on classes in Tryon, North Carolina by visiting workroomtech.com.
Good morning, Susan. How are you today?
Hi, Ceil. I'm excited to be here today. This is a very big day for us.
It is a big day. I can't wait for us to discuss this. What do you
Okay.
What do you want to talk about today?
Well, the next phase of Workroom Tech. So I guess maybe we'll call it Workroom Tech 2.0.
Okay.
We've started Workroom Tech in 2017. And we've grown it to something really special, I think. And we are the only dedicated trade school in the United States for soft furnishings, draperies, and upholstery. And I'm at an age where I'm starting to scale back for retirement. So it's not my goal to grow Workroom Tech bigger than it is, although I have so many great ideas. So I'm announcing today that we are selling Workroom Tech. And it will be moving. I'm not moving, but we're moving Workroom Tech to Richmond, Virginia. And today on the podcast, we have Jonathan Bennett. And Jonathan with Unsprung Upholstery is the new owner of Workroom Tech. So welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you so much. It's exciting to be here.
And congratulations. I'm so excited for this transition.
Thank you. This is it's going to be a fabulous thing.
Yeah, Jonathan and I have been friends for a while, and I'm from Richmond originally, so we have friends in common and other things in common, like we're both VCU alum. And
right.
Jonathan actually was an instructor at Virginia Commonwealth University. And about 2+ years ago at the first Slipcover Summit, Jonathan and I were sitting down chatting, and he said, I really, really want to focus on education. It's so important. We've got to keep this tradition alive, and the trades are so important. And I kind of looked at him and said, well, in a couple of years, I'm going to be ready to retire. So let's keep this conversation going. So then at the next Slipcover Summit, we kept the conversation going all this time. And then we sort of made it official. Oh, gosh. Jonathan, you can chime in. When did it really sink in that this was going to happen?
Oh, it was probably a little before the last Slipcover Summit, I think.
Yeah. And he needed a bigger space.
Okay.
So share a little bit about how that came about.
Well, the space that we started off in 7 years ago was about 2,000 square feet, and we outgrew it in about 2 years from starting. And it was when I would do Saturday classes or something during the week, education wise, I would have to put my staff out for the day or whatever. And it wasn't working.
Mm-hmm.
So we had been kind of casually looking for a really long time to relocate to a bigger space. And it was a task to find it. And so we found it after much ado, and it's in a wonderful location. It's central. It's really big compared to what we were in. And I have my own office with a door.
Wow.
I was so excited for you.
Not that I'll be in the office often, but at least I have it.
Yeah.
And we just we started moving Monday, and we have it all set up for the most part, and everybody's working along, and there's still lots of dust to settle, but it's going to be really wonderful. In about, I don't know, a month will be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I have two things to say. I want to know how this was all going on at the Slipcover Summit, and I didn't know anything about it because I'm nosy. But also, I am fortunate enough to have seen the space, and it's fantastic. I'm so excited about what it's going to become for you.
Thank you. When you saw it, it was completely empty.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, today it's completely full. But it's going to be fantastic in every way. In absolutely every way.
I'm excited that there'll be a upholstery workroom on site with the education. So
right.
that come in that are thinking about a career can actually see what that looks like in real life, and
Right.
also have an education space.
Yeah, and we also have I call it a sewing department, where we do all of our cushions and all of our sewing, and that is also going to be going on during Workroom Tech classes as well. So it's just a whole bunch of everything good, really.
Yeah. It's
So one of my questions is, will you be changing the name?
Well, I mean, not right away, certainly, because it's not right away. We'll probably merge it into Unsprung University at some point in time, but that's not going to happen anytime soon because it needs to stand alone. Because, everybody knows Workroom Tech. They don't know Unsprung University yet. So we're going to leave this because it's important.
Okay.
Yeah, and part of the transition is the brand.
Right.
Right. So if we just cut the brand off, right now, that wouldn't make any sense. People would just think we died and went away.
Right. Right. And that did not happen.
No, we don't want that to happen.
So, Jonathan, as someone who purchased an existing educational source from someone else in the industry, which I did too, I agree. There was very little I wanted to change because it was known. The library was known. And for me to change anything meant that I had to start all over again. So I'm curious what parts, just pretend Susan's not here. I'm curious what, curious.
You can take me out of the Zoom meeting if you want.
Let me just lock her out. No, I would never do that. I'm curious what parts of Workroom Tech you're really excited to keep going and what it means, what it being Workroom Tech means for you as the new owner.
Ooh, that's a hard one. As far as what's going to continue, in my opinion, we're going to continue on just like it has been. We're going to add more to it. That's the exciting part.
Yes.
Because Richmond, Virginia has so much talent within a 45-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's crazy. And I'm going to bring in, I've already talked to a fellow, and I don't want to go into detail about it too much, but he does outdoor, like patio furniture. He is on board to come and do a class. We have Kathy Geffen. We have Carol Blow. I mean, the list is huge here.
Yes.
However, we're still going to be tapping into the wonderful list that of educators that Susan has put together over the years. And we're just going to keep right on going and just add to it and make it bigger and better. And my hope is that we can run a class 8 days a week, 5 weeks. I mean,
some classes don't need to be all day. You could fit in 2 classes in one day. I don't see why not.
We can do a second shift, no big deal. But I want to just really, hit the ground running.
Okay.
One of the advantages of being in a larger city, I mean, people love coming to Tryon, and Tryon is charming, but we really don't have students from Tryon.
Right.
And Richmond has a large enough population where Jonathan can do things like evening classes where people come once a week. So you don't have to stack all your learning into 3 days.
Right.
So something, especially with upholstery, where they bring their chair and each week they do another part.
Right.
That's something he can do in Richmond that we really couldn't do here.
Right. And with the population there, if there is someone who's thinking about taking a talent that they have and growing it so that they can create a business, going 1 or 2 nights a week is more feasible than quitting your job and starting your own business. And they can do it at a pace that works for them.
Yep.
And also one of the wonderful things, selfishly, is when I have done Saturday classes for the general public, I always have my eye out to see if there's someone that has an inherent talent that may want to come and work with us.
Mm-hmm.
The crazy thing is there's this really sweet lady, and I'm not going to say her name, who has taken every single one of our Saturday classes. During a conversation on the last one, it was just her and I. It turns out she's been to Tryon to take a class or 2, and she's going back to Tryon in June to take another one. Well, we kept on talking, and she's going to be one of my new part-time stitchers coming up. She starts, I think, next week.
That's wonderful.
And there was another fellow in one of my other classes who had also taken a a Workroom Tech online class, and he's all excited about it. So it's going to be the craziest good thing to happen in a long time, truly.
Yeah. Another one of the advantages, and this sort of plays off of what Jonathan just said, is that he has a bigger team than we have.
Mm-hmm.
Roger and Lori and me. Jonathan has employees that could possibly also teach. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he has, an office manager and things like that that will give an opportunity for the school to grow in ways that we couldn't.
Right, right. I'm curious, Jonathan, you said selfishly you were looking at people. I don't think that's selfish. I think that's smart you're teaching or you're observing someone teaching in your space, and I think of Janelle Deck and how she has hired people from Chipotle of all places because she was able to observe their actions and what they're doing, how they interact. So it's almost like they're at a job interview, but they don't know it.
Right.
Oh,
But you see who people are and how they interact with other people. And this is now someone who you've been in her company a number of times, and you can see, oh, she would make a great addition to our team. That's wonderful.
well, whenever I'm out and about, because I go to the same places all the time, the same stores, the same restaurants, everything. And I look at people and I'm like, oh my God, you are fantastic. And I don't necessarily say it to them the way I'm thinking it, but I'm like, I would love for you to come and work for me.
Yeah.
Because everything is just, right. Yes. And it's just that's just how I think. And so, although I haven't tapped into any of those thoughts yet, but other than the lady of the class, but there's so many wonderful people in the world, and I just want them all to come and hang with us because we have a good time and get a lot done. So,
Yeah. So, Susan, one of my questions for you is, will you still be teaching?
I would love to still teach. And
Jonathan's head is nodding, just so you know.
and so let's talk a little bit about the transition and what's that going to look like.
Yeah,
Because
please.
I know there's students that are signed up for classes now and going, well, what about my class? Can I have it? We have classes now scheduled through July. And if you're signed up for a Workroom Tech class, or there's a Workroom Tech class on the schedule that you want to take and you haven't signed up for it yet, and you want to take it and try on, then you better sign up now. Because after July, we will not be holding in-person classes and try on. They will be moving to Richmond. So,
Okay.
and we're going to be doing classes at both locations in the meantime.
Okay.
So from now through July, there'll be classes in Richmond and try on. And then after July, everything will be in Richmond.
Okay.
I'm going to stay on for a little while, just sort of help with the transition. There's a lot of back of house things that Jonathan and his team will need to learn about. Our website is set up, and students list and all the silly things that go into
Right.
business. And Jonathan will be exhibiting at Custom Workroom Conference. So, we're gonna have to plan that a little bit.
Right.
And I will be teaching, so we're just gonna see what that looks like.
Okay. So everything isn't clear cut at this point, but definitely it is moving.
Yes.
Definitely Jonathan is the new owner. And I have to say, this explains so many things for me, such as, Jonathan, when I reached out to you, we did a follow-up podcast on how much things have changed for you. And you just said there was a big announcement coming and you didn't reveal a single thing. And also when I talked with you about the education station at the Custom Workroom Conference, you said, I will be at the Workroom Tech booth. Should have sent a light bulb off in my head, but it did not. But I can make time to come over to the education station. I was like, okay, all right, that's great. I just thought you were going to be helping out there. I didn't know you were going to be the Workroom Tech booth.
Yep. He's the man. And, I think Jonathan now needs a ponytail so that we can,
Oh, yes.
keep the theme going, which I think he can manage that.
I can arrange that right real quick.
So I'm excited for all of this, and I'm excited, Jonathan, to see where you take it. I had spoken with you about Unsprung Upholstery, Unsprung University, and have known for years how important the education within our trade is. So beyond getting everything set up and moving, do you have any immediate goals for the next year or two?
I haven't had a chance to really think clearly in about 2 weeks.
Right.
So, and I'm not one that's going to write down a goal, but so I really can't answer that this second.
Okay.
But I will have answers coming soon.
Okay. We just have to do another podcast then.
Sounds good to me.
Yes, you can have a podcast with just Jonathan. And
Yeah.
so that will be in July, and Jonathan will be coming down to Tryon to get a lot of our equipment. And I'm not selling
Okay.
everything. I'm keeping a sort of my security blanket is to have two of everything. So great to get two walking foot, two searchers. But and I'll keep my work tables. He's gonna no need for him to move those, and he can build work tables. So that's going to be a big move in July, and that'll outfit his place
Mhm.
with a lot of our things, and uh, that'll be fun. And I'm hoping maybe I'll hitch a ride back with him, or work out something where I can be on the other end, helping him get set up.
Right.
And so that's, it's actually not that big of a change.
Okay.
He's doing education. He's just going to have it in a bigger way. I'm still going to be doing custom workroom conference, which is an enormous amount of time in my
Yes.
schedule. I still have home deck gal. I'm still my workroom business, and I'll still be teaching in some ways. And so, it's not going to be a huge difference for me. But
Okay.
Workroom Tech is a big responsibility, and coming up with content and keeping the website alive and the social media and all of that is a lot of work. So I'm passing the baton to Jonathan, and he needs all the support he can get from the Workroom Tech fans. So I hope that everybody will do that.
Yeah. I have no doubt.
This, I don't want anyone to say, "Oh, I'm so sad," because this is a really big thing for our industry.
Right.
Jonathan can do things that I'm not at the point in my life that I want to do.
Right.
So, things like, I'm not going to put words in his mouth, but things like apprenticeship programs, and I just started Spanish language classes online. So, things like that could grow in the next 5 years would be amazing to see.
Yeah.
And it will. And it will.
Yeah.
So, Susan, you're saying that it's not going to change a whole lot, but and it's too soon to say how do you feel because you don't know yet. But how does it feel knowing this is coming? Because you don't, well, I don't want to put words in your mouth. How does it feel knowing that the responsibility of running the school will no longer be yours?
Woo! All right. Because it is a responsibility, not just for the industry, but you sort of have the face of the company.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So you have to, not be obnoxious and and be kind, and
Yeah.
I think can handle that. And I'm also working on another business idea. So I've
Okay.
not been able to pursue that because I've had too much on my plate. So
Okay.
stay tuned, within the next year, you might be seeing me pop up doing something else in the industry.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see what happens with Workroom Tech, and I can't wait to see, Jonathan, Susan, I love that your perspective on this is Jonathan can do things that I am no longer interested in doing at this point, but you still see the potential there. So the responsibility of having a source of education within our industry, I think, is huge because there hasn't been enough organized education. You can learn some things on YouTube. You can learn some things on Instagram. They're not deep enough and they're not detailed enough. And so, Susan, for you and Roger to have started the school in the first place was so fabulous and a huge undertaking and filled with a lot of joy, but a lot of responsibility. And I think that one of the things that you've always done really well is to say, there's more than one way to do things. And by bringing other teachers, it wasn't Susan teaching, it was Workroom Tech and all the teachers who came in. So even if you went to two different classes, you learned from different people. And so all of the knowledge that's part of our industry is getting passed on. And that is a huge responsibility, but I am older than you, Susan, and there is this point where you're just kind of like, it's time for somebody else to do this. It's time for someone else to take over the reins. So I can anticipate that there's some relief in that, but also a little bit of, okay, here's this precious thing we've grown. I trust you. I know you'll do a good job with it. And Susan, let's pretend Jonathan's not here.
Okay. Yeah,
he is more than capable, and I cannot wait to see what exciting things he does. But it's still an act of trust to say, here's what I built. It's yours now.
yeah, and literally he was handpicked. So
No
And
surprise there.
along this journey, I've had people in the back of my mind, that would be it would be interesting to see if they were
Yes.
interested and how that could look. And
Yeah.
so Jonathan definitely at the top of that list. And for him to come to me innocently and it's just like, I want to focus on education, the light bulb just went off. And,
Yes.
it's just been exciting. And the hardest thing for Roger and me is Roger's like, well, what do we tell people we do now? Like, we'll work on a new tagline there, but consulting and education or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we always tell people we own a school, so that we'll have to change that spiel.
Right. I wonder how long it'll take.
We founded a school.
Okay, there you
Now
go.
it's doing bigger and better things in Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah. Well, I for one cannot wait to see where this goes, and Jonathan, what you do with it.
Well, it's a huge honor beyond belief. I mean, from the first day that I taught for Susan at the conference and I said, put the hot dog in the bun, I think that's what did it.
And for people that don't know, when Jonathan describes making welt cord, he says you put the hot dog in the bun. And I stole that for him and I use it in every class now. But yeah, it's out of context. It sounds a little weird, Jonathan.
But it's such a huge honor. And, we're going to take this and we're going to make it huge. Big, big, big.
Yeah. And, little is good, but big is better.
Oh.
And my best advice to you is to do as it feels right, just like this transition and the time it's taken us to sort of until it felt right. The same thing will happen as you grow the school.
Absolutely.
And the industry needs you. So thank you for stepping up.
Well, thank you for believing in me. We're going to make it happen.
All right. And thank you, Ceil.
Yeah, thank you too.
My pleasure.
We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you and your podcast and all the years before we started Workroom Tech where people were saying, I took classes with Cheryl Strickland, I took classes at CHF in Charlotte, and that was what inspired Roger and I to start a school again, was because of the people on your podcast. So thank you.
Oh, I'm glad that you heard that and started the school, because it's changed. And then the conference was started up again, and that all of that has made such a difference for our industry.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Can't wait to hear what people have to say.
I can't wait either. Congratulations and best wishes, Jonathan. I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
We hope you're excited to hear this announcement. We can't wait to hear what you think about it. And we can't wait to see what Jonathan accomplishes as he takes over Workroom Tech. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you have a great day.